Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Gina, and today I have no plans. um, I'm currently on my morning walk. I do apologize for the sounds because it's a little windy today, but I'm on my morning walk and I'm listening to an audiobook called Kage. I can't remember who wrote it. I'll put it up here somewhere, but I'm almost done with it. I think I have maybe 20% more to go, and it's pretty good. It has good ratings on Spotify. I didn't check Goodreads or any place like that, but so far it's sitting at like a 3.5 for me, stars out of 5. Not quite 4, definitely not 5, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Anyways, I think I'm going to try to do more reading. I'm in the middle of another book. Not in the middle of it. I'm kind of like, well, no, it's the middle of it. I have like 70 more pages left in it to read. So maybe I can finish that today. We'll see. I want to read some more manga. I've been getting back into that, so I'm pretty happy. I think I'm slowly coming out of my reading slump, so that's pretty good as well. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to my walk, maybe do some jogging while I'm listening to the audiobook, and get back to my day. So I'll see you later. Okay, so I'm not done with it. I have maybe 40 more pages. Yeah, like, actually it's more like 35 more pages. So I think I will finish it today. Days at the Murasaki Bookshop by Satoshi Yakuzawa. It's really cozy. So there, it's it's also sitting at 3.5, 4 stars for me. I'll just have to see how it ends. It might push it to 4 stars, or it'll stay at 3.5. I think either way I'll end up like rounding it up to 4 stars. But it's cute, it's cozy, but it's not fully pulling me out of a book slump. Because I've been reading on this for a while, and it's not even a 200-page book. It's like 140 something. And it's cute. Like, you see, the cover is really cute. But it's not that I'm not feeling it, because I am. It's just not like super captivating where I'm like, oh my gosh, I must read it kind of thing. But that's okay. Not every book is going to be like that. But it's pretty nice. And like, I'm gonna keep saying it's cozy because it's very, very cozy. But I'm not sure if I'm really into cozy right now. That's all I really been reading is cozy. So at least when it comes to like physical books lately. So I'm thinking I'm wanting to read something a little different. So we shall see what I end up picking up after I finish this. I might read on my, well, I would say on my Kindle, but I don't have a Kindle. I'll, I'll read on my iPad some books on there, some ebooks, and then we'll go from there because I'm about to travel to New York and I'm not quite out of a book slump, so I don't think I'll be able to finish another physical book unless it's really short. And I don't have another book that's really short. So I'm going to probably read on the iPad for a little while. I am going to take a physical book with me on my trip, but uh yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. For now, I think I'm going to do some stuff around the house before I end up reading more in this book. So, yeah, who knows what else I do. But I do plan on trying to finish this book today, but it might end up being tonight. But I'm going to try. I'm actually going to try to finish reading it. I just finished Days at the Morisaki Bookshop by Satoshi Yagsara, and it was pretty good. Like I said earlier today, it was definitely cozy. Um, it had a happy ending. It was very hopeful. Nothing was really set in stone of this is a definitive end. It just felt like this is closing a chapter of you having insight into these characters, and it didn't feel like it was a cliffhanger or anything like that. It's just like, oh, you're now going to move on to another book with different characters and you'll get to enter different lives. That's what it felt like. Like this was just you have a moment into these characters' lives and it leaves you kind of hopeful. So really cozy, really cute. I do recommend it. I'm giving it like 3.75 stars out of 5. Um, yeah, that's what I'm gonna rate it because it's not quite 4 stars, but it is higher than 3.5, and that's a really good rating. Even if I did say 3.5, but I'm it's more 3.75, and I'm gonna round it up to 4 stars when I'm rating it online and stuff. So this is really good. It's really cute. It's a tale of like new beginnings, friendships, hope, romance. So if you're like, oh, family as well, a little bit about reconnecting with family. So it's really, really cozy and I enjoyed it greatly. It did take me a while to get through it, but that's just because of my book slump. That has nothing to do with the book itself. And it is a short book. It's not quite 150 pages. I want to say it was like 149. So basically 150 pages. But it was super cute. So yeah, I recommend reading Days at the Morisaki Bookshop, especially if you want to get into some Japanese literature that's translated for you. This is one of the things I would recommend. But as for now, I think I'm going to read some manga and then go to bed. Um, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. My cat has already went to sleep. Well, she's falling asleep. And I'm going to follow in her footsteps and go to sleep as well. I didn't film that much today. I'll probably film some more tomorrow and include it in this video because I just didn't get around to doing as much as I wanted to today, but I should be able to do some more tomorrow, especially with reading. So I'll see y'all in the morning. Okay, I just finished Kage that I was reading or listening to yesterday, and I will admit the ending got me. It was a little bit of a plot twist, but now that I think about it, it could have been obvious. But usually I don't really delve too deeply into figuring out things in books because I feel like that could ruin it a little bit. So instead, I just kind of listened to it and went along with it. So for me, the ending was a little bit of a plot twist. So it made it a little better. The rating, it was like a 3.5. Now it's closer to 3.75 because of the ending, and I did enjoy it. It was interesting because it was like a touch on Japanese horror stories. I can definitely see the influence and the inspirations of those types of stories in this particular one, Kage. But I wouldn't say it was that scary for me. But because it dealt with supernatural, it was not paranormal, but it did deal with supernatural, and there's a lot of unaliving of people in this story due to the supernatural things. So it was pretty good, and therefore I would classify it with horror, but my final rating is 3.75 out of 5 stars. And now I'm going to go listen to music and finish my walk. Nolly! Hey, girl. So I went to a thrift store. It was like an hour away, but I got some books. I spent $2.70. That's including tax. So I think I got a pretty good deal, especially since one of them was a hardcover and the other was paperback. So the first one that I saw was The Magicians by Lev Grossman. Well, it's supposed to be Grossman. I'm gonna stick with Grossman. So it's about, what is his name? Crenton. He was a high schooler, and then I'm pretty sure this is not a YA, but he originally was a high schooler in like New York, and like everyone else, they didn't believe in magic, even though I read like a little bit of the first page, and he did magic tricks, but the actual magic he didn't believe existed until he got accepted into a school where they teach you how to do magic. So of course then he got thrusted into this new life, and then he graduates and is now trying to make a name for himself, or become, I mean, he's just trying to have a normal life in Manhattan, but not like normal as in I'm just gonna be a salary man, like I'm just gonna go work in the corporate world, but it's basically dealing with dealing. Ooh, you can see I'm tired. So they make a discovery, him and his friends, and that discovery kind of pushes them into a journey that's beyond just like a normal typical life. But of course, you know, the journey is not perfectly happy. It's dark, and it'll be interesting. It's definitely because it's set in New York. I think that's like a really nice touch to it being like magical realism. It is fantasy, but well, of course it's fantasy, it's magic, but it seems like it's going to be pretty interesting type of fantasy. It's not like dragons fantasy. I could be wrong though. There may be dragons in here, and that's part of the journey. It just doesn't seem like it would be based off of the blurb in the inside. But we'll see. It sounds pretty good, and it has like the pages where it's, I can't think of what it's called, but you know when the pages aren't even on the side. And it just looks more like it was sewn together, not in a manufacturer company, like business. That's what it seems like. I know it still was, but it seems a little more like hand done because the pages are not completely cut to be perfect. And then I saw this almost last minute, this paperback. It's The Dispossessed by Ursula K. Le Guin. You would think I would know how to pronounce this author's last name, but I'm not sure. This is a very how should I put it? Significant female authors, especially in the world of science fiction, and I think this one would be pretty good too. It's an astonishing tale of two planets torn apart by, of course, conflict and mistrust. Like, no surprise there. And there's a man who is he a psychiatrist? No, he's a physicist that's trying to reunite them. So, of course, there would be sacrifices, there would be risks to reunite these planets. But I guess it seems like the main character, Shevik, the physicist, their scientific gift of ambition and I guess their knowledge can be seen as a threat, and of course that means more conflict. So I'm wondering if that will spice things up. You know what I mean? Like, will it ignite war? Like further war? Or anything like that? Or there be battles? Will he be like thrusted into battles? Like, I'm curious on how this is going to turn out. It's not that long. It's a little less than 400 pages, but it is paperback, so probably if it was hardcover, it would be closer to like 300 instead of closer to 400, I would say. And the size of the font's pretty nice as well, so pretty good. Honestly, the spine is in good condition. Like, if someone read it, they barely read it. Like, they just barely cracked it open. Something for me to add to my list. I do think I might actually take this one with me to New York. I might be able to take The Magicians. Okay, in theory, I'm going to take all of my books with me at some point to New York, but my upcoming trip next week, I might just take this one book because it sounds really good. I might start reading it and see if I do actually want to take it with me, because I might not be in the mood for it, and then I don't want to take a book that I'm not in the mood for and read it while on the train. So yeah, these are the only two books that I got. Like I said, I think it's still a really good deal. This was $2, this was 50 cents. And including tax, it was $2.70. So I think I got a steal. And they're in good condition, so not bad, right? Anyways, I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to read some manga. Like, I'm in the middle of one. Wait, let me get it. Hold on. Okay, I said the middle. I'm a quarter of the way through, because I only read one short story of this. It's Four Lives Remain by Tatsuya Endo. It's the mangaka of Spy X Family, or Spy Family, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I'm not quite sure which is the correct way. I want to say it's Spy Family, but I like to say Spy X Family. Anyway, so it's 4 short stories, and the first one was set in like a Western setting, like the Wild Wild West, and not like in the in Japan, but more like in the US Western setting. So that story, I would give, like, I can't even really describe what it was about. And I read it like a week ago, but let me see if it says on the back. Oh yes, a young girl fighting her way through bounty hunter school. I feel like it's a little bit of a stretch because you only get introduced to her fighting her way through it, but it could be, I can see how it can be like a one shot, but that's the only one I read so far. I haven't read the other 3 yet, but I should be able to finish it, but I'm just like not that connected with it. Like, it's not gripping me, so that's why I haven't read it in like a week. And also probably because it's 4 short stories, so it's kind of like I could finish one and then put it to the side and pick it up at another date. But because I cannot read this on the Shonen app, I need to read it before I go, because I don't want to take this with me, especially when I already started it. So this is what I've been reading, along with some other stuff on my phone. So I think this is before. Oh yeah, these are early works too. So I wanted to say all of these were technically created before Spy Family, so that could explain a little bit of the style being like, you can still tell that it's created by the same mangaka, but it seems a little rougher around the edges compared to Spy Family. So let me see if I can get, like, here are some of the drawings in the inside. I'm not really showing any action shots in here, but so far not bad, but it's already sitting at a 3-star. And for me, that's being a little generous, but it's sitting at 3 stars for me right now. But we'll see how the other 3 stories unfold, because they may push it up a little, like the rating higher, but we shall see. Oh yeah, I started another audiobook this morning when I was eating my eggs. So it's kind of like you just got thrown into the action, completely thrown into the action, and you're just a little confused, like, what is going on? That's where I'm at. However, because I was thrown into the action, I want to know more about it. Because yes, it was a little confusing, but it was starting to make a little sense of how things were working towards the end of, I only listened to 1 chapter, towards the end of the chapter. So, yeah. Pretty good, though, so far. I'm only like 3% in, but what can I say? I really liked it so far. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go for now, and I'll catch back up with you later tonight when I'm reading some manga. Yep. Okay, so I just read the second short story in this, and interestingly enough, it's called Blade of the Moon Princess, and if you didn't know, that's actually a series by Tatsuya Endo, and it wasn't a spoiler reading the short story one-shot version of it. I feel like it just gives you a glimpse inside the actual series, because even after you read that short story, the one-shot, the mangaka gives you a little more details in the back and at the end of it, and it actually says that I wouldn't mind doing a continuation of this one someday, showing off lots of the villains on the moon, like the Minister of State and the Department of Divinities and such. So it looks like that mangaka's Rish interests came true. It does seem a little more cleaned in the series Way of the Moon Princess versus in the one shot that he did. It seems like it was cleaned up some more, but it was pretty good, the one shot. And I know I actually read chapter 1 and maybe chapter 2 of the series, so that's why when I was reading it, I was like, this is familiar. Why is this familiar? So I finished it and then I looked it up and I was like, oh, that's right. Which you can read on the app. You can't read the short story, the one shot of it, but you can read the series on the app. You think that I'm like they pay me to say these things, and they don't. But it is on the Shonen app if you want to check it out. I do think it's kind of interesting. It's kind of it's about this princess that gets that will be queen, and she was given a sword that she can't actually use until she's like the sword feels that she's worthy of it being used, and her mom sent her away with it while her planet, the moon, is being attacked, so they won't be overthrown entirely. Yeah. And the princess, the main character, she's bratty, she's hot-tempered, and just has all of the personality traits that's kind of like, maybe you're not worthy of being queen just yet. Which means she's not worthy of the sword just yet, but she has the sword because her mom gave it to her to hold on to for safety. Of course, she can use like the hilt of the sword, like it's in its sheath or whatever. So that's kind of the gist of what the story is about. And yeah, you can get that straight from this one shot too that's in here, so it's pretty good. I have 2 more short stories or one shots to read in this, but for now I think I'm going to call it a night. And not only call it a night, I'm going to end the video here. I'm a little tired and I want to get some more reading in. But I'm probably not going to do any more tonight. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.